Alright, what's up people? This is Sith Urine, and right now we're going to be checking out the brand new trailer for Battle Angel Alita. Well, Alita Battle Angel. I was going to be checking this out live because earlier they were going to be doing a live stream with James Cameron and Robert Rodriguez and stuff, but I've been too busy and I missed it. I caught like the last few minutes. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to film my reaction to the trailer right now, and then in my own time I'll probably watch like the Q&A, see what gets said and shit. But it might be just nothing but just promo shit, you know, like every single question is like picked because it kind of like follows a certain topic or a certain theme that they have throughout the Q&A, or like certain bits of information they're trying to get out to you guys or something. It's not like a proper like Q&A thing, you know what I mean? If it was, there'll be some question like, why the fuck did you make her eyes so big? It's all promo shit, you know what I mean? But yeah, we're going to check out this trailer. Just for the record though, why people keep asking about her eyes. It was very jarring at first when you first see it because she looks so real, but the eyes are so like manga-like and so big. But really, with the context of the character and the actual story of the character, she was made to look like a doll. She was made to look that way. It was done on purpose. And if they had changed it, then it would be kind of going against the actual concept of the character, you know, because if like you can change that, then you could change anything, you know. So the fact that they've stayed faithful to that gives me hopes that they're really going to stay faithful to a lot of aspects of Battle Angel Alita, you know what I mean? It's been so long since I've seen the anime, man. I really need to watch that shit again. I really do. I might, if I can get my hands on a good decent copy, I might actually do like a reaction to it. If you guys would be interested in watching a reaction to the anime, then comment down below, man. Even if I can't physically show the footage, if it's somewhere on YouTube, send it to me and we'll do something so you can sync it up and we can watch it all together. That might be pretty cool, man. But let me know, comment down below and we'll sort something out. But for now, I'm really interested in checking out this trailer, man. I really, really am. There's something about it what I like, and I can't put my finger on it just yet. It's something to do like visually, like just something. I can't explain it. It's being a very artistic person, you know, like I've always been into drawing and design, and there's just certain movies that's got a certain feel to them that just, I don't know, it sparks my own fucking imagination to fucking create things. It's crazy. But let's do this, man.
You told me the story of the war, when the ground shook and the sky burned. Of the ones that survived, who awoke to a different world, where the powerful prey on the weak. But that's not the way it has to be.
When I found you, your very human brain was miraculously intact.
It's the loneliest feeling not to know who you are.
In time, you'll remember.
I remember black skies, the lightning all around me.
Alita's new here. It's a harsh world down here. You gotta be willing to do what it takes.
Alita, run!
Shit. She's running at him. Getting running away.
My God.
I think she's
the
so
last
fucking
of a
cool,
kind.
man.
She contains technology that have been lost for 300 years.
Let me show you something.
Fucking love it.
This body, I feel a connection to it. I can't explain. You know more about me than you're saying.
Alita, some things are better left forgotten.
And I'll find out for myself.
She's threatening the natural order of things. I need you to destroy her. Alita, they will come for you.
I'll have to face them head on. I'm gonna need you to stand way back.
Tonight is not a game. It is a heart.
This is gonna be fucking, oh my God.
The
wearing a black outfit in that one. Just a... Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Like I said, there is something about just the way that this movie looks. Just... Like, I know James Cameron was struggling to try and get this film made for a long time. And apparently he was just waiting till, like, technology was at the right point. And you can see it. Like, it's kind of hard to tell what's CG and what's not. Because there's just, like, certain shots where it just kind of looks like even the background, they've kind of touched it up in post-production to make it just look a certain way. Just, like, balance out the live action to the actual CG. Just... I don't know, man. Like, what's funny, right? Like I said, I'm an artist. Back when I was like 15, 16, and I was doing like my GCSEs at school and everything, I wanted to be a comic book artist. I had my own story, my own characters, everything all up here. My own shit. A lot of it, like when I look back on like a lot of the drawings, like you can tell, oh, this character was inspired by this and by that and this, that, da-da-da. Because I was a teenager. I was just inspired by 101 different things what I saw in manga and in comics and fucking the X-Men cartoon or the Batman animated series or this, that, da-da. Those designs have changed a lot over the years, but still... my own story has always been there. My characters have always been there. And being... Okay, I think any artist will understand what I'm saying when I say this. But when you hold like a pen or a pencil, a paintbrush or whatever you have is your tool, when you look at a page, a canvas, whatever it is, you visualize it first. In your mind's eye, you imagine what you're going to create. And then the talent comes into making that vision become reality. That's where the talent lies. You know what I mean? And when I used to think about the style and the tone of the comic book that I wanted to create, and even going into like adulthood and becoming more and more like obsessed with movies and television and everything, and now like I'm doing reactions, and I would love to film my own shit one day, like my own probably short movie or like whatever. The style, the art direction, the feel is very similar to this. Like there's that new video game, that Cyberpunk, that has that same kind of like just... I can't word it, but in my mind's eye, I visualize how I would want my stories to look. You know what I mean? My God, this movie looks so good. Like, okay. Look at this guy, right? Yes, he might look very modern and very CG, like you can see through him in parts and shit. But when I look at this, it reminds me a lot of the drawings that I used to do way back in the day. Like, heavily inspired by that Judge Dredd movie with Sylvester Stallone. You know, when he gets found guilty and he gets thrown out into the wastelands and they come across like that inbred family and the one that's half robot and he's like, let me at him, Paul, and he's got that one robot arm and shit. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, this is the type of shit that I love. I love this kind of cyberpunkish type of, oh my God. And it looks like he's got tattoos as well. Like, man. Like I said, when I think about the type of shit that I want to create, whether it's movies, television, whatever story I want to try and create one day, I want to make something that looks as good as this shit. You know? Oh, this movie looks so good. She looks so good. Alita looks so good. Like, once you get past the eyes, like, once you get used to the eyes, I still would, man.
They will come for you.
I'll have to face them head on. I'm gonna need you to stand way back.
Tonight is not a game. It is a hunt.
I am so hyped for this movie. I really am. I am so hyped for this movie. There's a lot riding on this movie. Like, if this movie does really, really well, the fucking floodgates is going to open up for a lot of manga content to be made into live action. There's so much riding on this movie for me, you know? Like, I know, like, the debate about it being turned into a live action movie, like, people will talk about it for ages, but Akira. Like, just really think about that for a second. Akira. Maybe one of the most defining animated movies of all time. If that was made into a 3-hour live action movie. And done with the same amount of love. I know that there'll be a lot of people that will say, well, you don't need to make a live action Akira movie. But I don't know, man. I think it would be really, really cool. Like, the animated movie is fucking outstanding. Like, I actually cried at the end of that movie, you know? I'm not going to lie. When I first watched it for the very first time on VHS, and I've still got the tape somewhere, I cried because of the whole story about Kaneda and Tetsuo, and like one of like the last kind of shots in the light where that light, like spoilers, I'm not going to go into too much like detail, but when that light comes down and Kaneda drops to his knees and he grabs it, like, oh my god. I was crying really badly, man. Like, man, that movie was just so good. So good. I don't know, man. Like, I'm not saying that they really should make a live action Akira, but I'm saying the possibility of taking like really good animated property and taking it over into live action. Fucking Ninja Scroll. How about that? Ninja, like, if you've never seen Ninja Scroll, go check out Ninja Scroll. How about that as a fucking live action movie? Set in Japan with an actual proper samurai. You know what I mean? And the girl with the fucking, who doesn't die from poison and this, that. Like, man. And honestly, the only one that I would love to really see, the only one I would really love to see, and I don't think it will ever happen, well, not yet anyway, like if this does well, and then the next movies that are brought over from animated, like Japanese anime, get brought over into like live action American like movies. If those movies do well, then there's a possibility we could go down the road of it being R-rated. But I really hope that one day we get a real badass live action Devilman. Like, seriously. If you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. Devilman. That's one I would love to see as a live action. R-rated, don't pull no punches. Literally, don't pull no punches. Go straight hardcore violence and blood and guts and just man. Then there's also the Guyver as well, the Bio Booster armor. Like, that could be rebooted and done properly. Like, not like I know there's been a few ups and downs with the movies. The Dark Hero one was probably the best one. But like I said, there's so much there. There's so many great animated titles that could make this jump over. I thought it was going to happen when Ghost in the Shell like first came out with the trailers and shit because it looked good. But I think this might be the one. This might be the one. You know what I mean? Because Ghost in the Shell is already a massive fucking franchise. Even people that I know who aren't really too big into Japanese anime already knows about Ghost in the Shell. You know what I mean? They've never seen it, but they've heard about it. They know it's the same as Akira. They've already heard about it. They know it's kind of like the benchmark of like Japanese anime. You know what I mean? And this, like, Alita is popular, but not as popular as Ghost in the Shell or Akira, or, you know. So if this can become big, if this can like really sell tickets, I'm going to go to the cinema to watch this. Like, without any question, I will go to the cinema to watch this. I've got to show my support for this movie, man. Just please be good. Please be good story-wise. If this does well, the future of Japanese anime coming into live action and Hollywood is going to be fucking amazing, man. It really, really is. I feel like I've been rambling on for long enough, so I'm going to end this video. So for now, give this video a thumb up if you like it. Comment down below, let me know what you think. And subscribe if you haven't already, man. Alright? I've been Sif Fury, and I'll catch you in the next one, man.
This body, I feel a connection to it. I can't explain. You know more about me than you're saying.
Alita, some things are better left forgotten.